All right, let's get started. Vikings versus Bears. A lot of good matchups. How about number two wide receivers, Addison versus Odunze? And you have a good rookie tight end for the Bears, Loveland, going up against vet TJ Hawkinson. How about Justin Jefferson and DJ Moore going on? Got some running backs to go through, ranked about the same. And of course, got quarterbacks here, rookie versus a second year. But we're going to get started way down here at the bottom with wide receiver number 4, Felton. Ty Felton brought in for the Vikings in the third round. Right? We'll be competing with the number 3 wide receivers, Jalen Naylor. Right? Who will get that number 3 or 4 spot and could get more time if Addison misses some time, right? Well, hey, Bears brought in Zacchaeus early in free agency. He finished 76, had 500 yards last year. Those were career thing. 45 receptions, 560 yards. Signed before they drafted this Luther Burton, right? And he was only signed for a 1-year deal. So you have a promising rookie here in this Felton versus Zacchaeus. Add some depth to the Bears offense. Hey, he got the 500 yards last year. It's going to be tough here, but we're going to go with a rookie, right? More upside there, possibly. If he gets that number 3 spot and Addison misses time, he could get the number 2 spot for a little bit of time. Although that'd probably come early and Naylor would probably still have the spot. But we're going to give that point to Felton. Moving on to backup quarterbacks. Backup quarterbacks, we have Sam Howell brought in. Been traveled around, right? Had just 24 yards passing. That's your third team in 4 years. And for his career, he has 22 touchdown passes to 23 interceptions. That's not so good. And that's up against Tyson Bagent. Well, the thing with him is we're not even sure he has the number 2 job. They brought in 37-year-old Case Keenum, picked up for his experience, and this Bagent's in the last year of his contract. So it's a tough one here, but we're going to go with Sam Howell. I guess we're going to say a little more unproven at starter with J.J. McCarthy in his rookie year, and he's Sam Howell brought in. But we're going to go with him because, hey, Tyson Bagent might be battling Case Keenum. So moving on to, we're going to look at running back number 3. Right, Ty Chandler. He's been around for a while. Finished 89th, disappointing 1.3 average last year, 182 yards. Cam Akers stole his lunch money last year, and Jordan Mason looking hungry this year. Probably not going to get a lot of action there. How about Monagali? Brought in the draft, right? Figures to he slipped in the draft a little bit because of his numbers in the for the combine weren't so good, below average speed and explosiveness. But he was named one of the 4 standouts in OTAs. Right, he's going to be brought in to challenge Roshan Johnson. So we're going to go with unsettled here. We're going to go with this Monagali. And breaking in the next one, this is running back number 2, Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason finished 33rd overall last year, 8.8, got in a lot of opportunity with McCaffrey out, 789 yards rushing. He averaged over 5 yards per carry. That's very good. Mason to be more of an early down grinder in working with running back Aaron Jones. So, hey, you got then up against Roshan, who we just talked about. Roshan finished 52nd last year, kind of disappointing. Had 6 touchdowns. Might be used for goal line work again if he can hold off the Monagali. But power added to the offensive line here too. Right, he's power runner. Maybe he'll do some good. We like Jordan Mason. All right, Jordan Mason. He could probably, in tandem work with Aaron Jones and probably be number 2 there, but maybe even get a taste of number 1 now and then, especially at the goal line if they're scoring a lot. So we like Jordan Mason because he's And they got Ty Chandler, but hey, I'd feel more comfortable about Jordan Mason holding off Ty Chandler than I do Roshan holding off the new rookie Kyle Monagally. Monagay guy. Huh, I got to work on that. Yes, I do. All right. So we gave the point to Jordan Mason. That brings us to a 3-1. We're going up against the Bear, our wide receiver number 3 here. Jalen Naylor had it nailed down the 3rd spot last year. Finished 69th. 6 touchdowns, But this rookie, Ty Felton, could be overtaking him by the year end, especially since he's in a contract year, Naylor. So might be moving on to the next guy instead of having to pay him in free agency. But we'll see how that works. And Bears just brought in this Burton, right? Luther Burton. I really liked him when I was studying the wide receivers for this year, rookie ones. He was one of my top ones here. So but he's been sidelined by some soft tissue injuries. So that's not good. But get him the ball kind of player, right? So, and Naylor, we're going to go with Luther Burton. All right, we like him. So, hey, although he plays kind of the same role as DJ Moore and Rome Odunze up ahead of him, hey, a lot of pass catchers on both sides here. The Vikings, you got Addison and this rookie Felton. Just too much question there. We're going to go with Burton. Let's go on to number 2 wide receiver, Jordan Addison, right? All right. Finished 19th, almost 10 points a game. We can get some really good value here, right? 9 touchdowns. So the big news was, is he going to be suspended for 3 games? Let's hope he is, right? Then we get him as a bargain. We might get him that 10-point average when he does come back. If we get that cheap, I like that. First of all, up against Rome Odunze, finished 47th. All right, kind of a disappointing first year, even though he had 734 yards. Couldn't shake loose Keenan Allen, right? But hey, ranked 78th in separation and 54th in route win rate. Didn't have great numbers, didn't really do that great. A lot of targets last year too. Just maybe the new coaching staff can help out a little bit. Of course, we're going with Addison here. And maybe we can get him cheap. You can see he's ranked 33rd. So, hey, that'll be a good late round pick. Jordan Addison, you won't have to give much, and he'll probably drop lower than that if he gets that suspension. So we're looking at some value there. And Rome Odunze, hey, DJ Moore is no solid number 1 here, but just so many targets brought in, new offense coming in. We're obviously going with Jordan Addison. That puts Minnesota up 5-2. Moving on to tight end. Some noise here. TJ Hawkinson, right? Finished 34th overall last year. Still coming back from that injury, it seemed like. 455 yards. Healthy, entering in the prime of his career. Team does have a lot of pass catchers. And the little difference here is he had no touchdowns last year. Maybe he can get a few more touchdowns. They got him ranked 7th. So that could be pretty good. We'll move on to Loveland drafted. The Bears took a tight end. We were wondering if Ben Johnson's going to be added in the offense. The way he did as a tight end, tight end. Hey, that's kind of they had Cole Kmet already. Cole Kmet signed through 2027, but the Lions, under Ben Johnson's offensive coordinator, had used the most 12 position in 2024. That's 2 tight ends. So, hey, they both should be on the field a lot. That kind of waters it down. You can see they got him ranked 11th. I wouldn't take him, guys. I think that's too high. Position schedule's 25th. Although TJ Hawkinson's got a hard one, too. They got him ranked 7th. I'd probably skate on both of these, although with some new touchdowns coming in here, although they got the rookie quarterback. But we're going to go with Hawkinson between the two. Cole Kmet's not just going to go away. So, anyway, that puts Vikings up to 8-2. We move on to the number 1 wide receiver here. And Jefferson is not only just the number 1 on the team, he's the number 1 in the league probably. Finished 2nd last year. And you're saying, Jamar Chase. And wide receivers never, for the last 20 years, finish number 1 every back-to-back years. They just don't do it. That leaves Justin Jefferson as a possible default there. 96.5 most yards per game average in NFL history for a wide receiver. Hey, you're almost getting you 10 points a game and just average here. Just phenomenal. DJ Moore, you can see, heck, last year he averaged 12.5 compared to, that's yards, not fantasy, it doesn't count the touchdowns, but 12.5 compared to 8.3 on DJ Moore. You know, DJ Moore, kind of disappointing last year, finished 21st. All right, 966 yards, 6 touchdowns. Good run after the catch, get him the ball in space, and that's what Ben Johnson's offense is supposed to do. Luther Burden, though, has a very similar skill set to Moore, and he was just brought in. Now, we'll see how it all works out in their first year. But, of course, we're going with Justin Jefferson here, all right? Vikings 11-2 over the Bears, and the Bears have a lot of offensive good players. It's just that so do the Vikings, right? How about, here's Aaron Jones against DeAndre Swift. Aaron Jones, kind of a good year last year, 16th, 11.5 points a game, 1,100 yards, 5 touchdowns, turns 31, and injuries. He got lucky last year, didn't get many injuries, and a lot of times he's been injury prone prior to that. And Jordan Mason looking to cut into his time too. DeAndre Swift here, right? Finished 19th overall last year, 10 points a game, 6 touchdowns. Hey, he kind of the running back by default. They were all looking for Ben Johnson to take a new running back. Well, it's still Swift here, and he's got experience with Ben Johnson, right? I think this 24 ranking, there's going to be some value here, right there. I think they're overlooking here. Roschon hasn't been lighting the world on fire. We got a rookie here. That leaves DeAndre Swift. And let's not ignore that he's got better offensive line, right? Joe Tooney, Jonah Jackson, Drew Dahlman brought in. Better offensive line. I mean, hey, things are looking up for him. I think we could steal him. I hope they keep pushing him back. He'd be a good late round back thing. I mean, they're all negative on him. I think a little positivity. We're going to take Swift over Jones, especially with Mason. Going to be cutting into his time a little bit. Move on. That puts it 11-5. Move on to the quarterback battle. Well, we got J.J. McCarthy got gypped a red shirt season last year. Didn't get to play because of the injury. Knee injury wiped out his rookie. Has great weapons to work with. Right, and everyone's not really expecting a whole lot from him, although they got him ranked 20th. You know, and that's up against Caleb Williams. Finished 15th last year, 3,500 yards, 20 touchdowns. Has a little bit more help this year watching that game film. If he could just get a couple rushing touchdowns here, right? No rushing touchdowns. That 489 isn't bad at all. And he has the number 10 schedule. They've got him ranked 13th, finished 15th last year. It'd be good value. I'd take him as, hey, especially 2 quarterback leagues, you know, up against the rookie here. Now, J.J. McCarthy would probably be the better value in your drafts just because no one's going to be taking him. And if you're playing 2 quarterback leagues, he's got great weapons. So does the Bears, growing pain. 13th overall. We'll take Caleb Williams. And that puts it to 11-9. Vikings win. So they're close. They both have really good talent. We'll see seeing how they do this year and how they progress. But Vikings win 11-9. Let's take a look at this.